everyone.
Good afternoon,
Excuse me. Thank you all for joining us today as we commemorate another milestone in the transformation and growth of Niagara Falls Memorial Medical Center. We appreciate you taking time out from your busy schedules to join us. And also I'd like to, on behalf of the entire Memorial family, thank our veterans and service members for their sacrifice and dedication today as part of Veterans Day. And without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of our board of directors, Jim Rossetti.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. It's too bad we can't go into this room, and I understand why they don't want us in there. But it's a perfect room for a poker game. Bright lights, big and easy to clean, all tile. But I'm really pleased to do this today because there was a time some board member, maybe 8 or 9 years ago, in the darkest of days, and it might have been me even, suggested we get rid of surgery altogether. Make this an urgent center. We couldn't afford it. We had no money. We had no doctors. It didn't go too far, but it was some provocative thinking. But to come this far now from actually me saying that at that time, to having the state-of-the-art room, all the surgeries we have, the robot, the staff we have, especially the operating staff and the doctors as well, really is impressive to the board. And I give credit to the administration, to Joe and his staff, because you know, those days I was talking about cutting everything, getting rid of everything, making this a big emergency room, and that's all we could afford to do at the time. So we sort of stuck it out, and so far are winning the battle. So I welcome everybody here, and what was next here? Joe, you're up.
Thanks, Jimmy, and welcome everybody. Appreciate many of you taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today. You know, it's that time of year again when it's you should be giving thanks, and clearly, as Anne-Marie shared with us, for all of us to remember our veterans on Veterans Day. This is all a part of our transformation journey, right? Transforming from a safety net hospital to a center for community health. Extremely important in the light of healthcare reform. Sorry. Future surgeons coming out.
They don't know what they're doing.
And the theme within healthcare reform, right? The theme of healthcare reform is all about primary care and preventative care. Primary and preventative care translates into procedures. Procedures translates into additional operating room procedures. And with the expansion of women's services, with the added new technology in many fields, most notably recently in robotic surgery, all of this has created the need to provide additional operating room capacity. And that's what we're very proud of announcing today. In the area of robotic surgery, first in Niagara County to provide the service. We're coming close to, pretty soon we'll be at our 200th procedure level. I want to certainly acknowledge the efforts of Dr. Donna Feldman, our Director of Robotic Surgery, who brought robotic technology, working with Da Vinci, who is here with us today, to Memorial. And as a result, we're doing many cases, including many cancer cases, that are being done here now, which previously would have been done or would have had to be done at Roswell Park. And so we're doing cases in gynecology and oncological gynecology, nephrectomies, colon cancer, prostate, done right here as a result of the advent of robotic technology. I certainly also want to recognize and acknowledge our Chief of Surgery, Dr. Venkat Kohli. Dr. Kohli, who is not only a general surgeon but specializes in head and neck, and did his fellowship in head and neck surgery, I believe, at Sloan Kettering and Roswell Park. and is also now trained in robotic surgery as well. As a matter of fact, he is one of only 3 surgeons in Western New York that is doing single incision gallbladder surgery, gallbladder robotic surgery done with a single incision, virtually scarless. Dr. Ballo is recently trained as of Friday, so he is the second of 3 surgeons in Western New York that will be trained, that are trained in doing single incision robotic surgery. And then as a matter of fact, there's probably, you can probably count on one hand the number of surgeons in upstate New York that are actually trained in single incision robotic surgery. To give you an example of the kind of expertise that we have right here in Memorial. And then hopefully, if he gets out of surgery in time, Dr. Michael Stoffman, who is our chief of neurosurgery, and Dr. Stoffman also has very impeccable credentials as being a chief resident at Yale. And as a matter of fact, when we first recruited Dr. Stoffman, which I think was probably over 6 years ago, I talked with the chairman of the Department of Neurosurgery at Yale, who has been there many, many years. And in his own words, he said Dr. Stoffman is probably one of the best, if not the best, neurosurgeon that's come through the program in the last 20 years. And we're very fortunate and blessed to be able to have Dr. Stoffman working here at Memorial. And he does the type of advanced microscopic neurosurgery that many can't do. His cases and his outcomes probably rank within the top 10 percentile in the United States. So I'm trying to just cast a light over the expertise that's right here. It's amazing, amazing expertise that has come a long time in a very, very short period of time. And we're very grateful for all of that. So in terms of some thank yous, certainly our administrative and our in-house departments were all involved in this project. Steve Lewis and his, our maintenance department spent days and nights trying to get this ready on time. Special thanks to Casilio Construction, and Mary's here, and Pat's here, and Carmen's here. Carmen's our daily supervisor, and in terms of keeping this schedule to allow SAL, our robot, to finally have his own home, his own condo suite, which hopefully some of you will be able to see. It would be remiss for me not to acknowledge Shelley Meggs, our director of our OR. Shelley, stand out here. I think this is Shelley. There's always unsung heroes in every project, right? And like in The Wizard of Oz, it's always the person behind the curtain that's kind of doing all of the logistics. Well, you know, Shelley's job is to make sure all of the trains are running on all the tracks, and they start and they stop efficiently, and that's what enables surgeons to come and work here. Because if the trains are always late and the surgeons can't get their cases done on time and things get pushed back or delays, as a result, you know, surgeons and surgeries move elsewhere. And it's really to Shelley's credit in terms of not only keeping all the trains on the tracks, but also welcoming and embracing new technology with her team, the OR team, the OR nurses and the OR technicians that really come together. And as a result, the turnovers in terms of the time in which rooms are turned over from one patient to the next, we probably match right up there with some of the top operating room turnover timetables in the country in terms of the efficiency. And then one last thing about Shelley, and she'll turn red, but she's very humble and she would never admit it, but you know, when you go through a project, when you look at the size of this project, which was roughly $1 million in construction, $2 million in equipment, including the robotic surgery, so altogether $3 million. there's always loose ends, things that are missed, and there was one area where we didn't put new flooring in, and Shelley went out to Home Depot. She bought the flooring and donated the flooring to the hospital so that that room could also match the other areas that were being done. So that's I want to thank also certainly our housekeeping staff who do an excellent job in terms of maintaining the sterile environment, the building and trades that were associated with this project. Thanks Sheila for getting the funding through the HEAL grant award that was financed through New York State. To all of our board of directors who've been so supportive, and certainly to Don King for donating the portraits that you find on the walls in the 3 areas of the hospital as well. So thank you all for being here.
So transformation, that's what Joe brought up, and I think I've been here 12 years and I've seen the transformation. This is amazing. What we have here is a state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art rooms, and of all the things that we have here, the most important thing I feel is the personnel, the staff, as well as our physicians. Ours is the only hospital in this area that has board-certified general surgeons, board-certified gynecologists, OBGYNs, board-certified anesthesiologists. All of the whole, across the board, everybody is certified. You don't see that anywhere else you go in this area. So that's, I think, is the key to our success. And I would also want to bring up Mike Mitchell, our endovascular surgeon. Amazing work with aneurysms and stents and whatnot. Dr. Bala has already been mentioned, the laparoscopic surgeon. I've seen him work, he's amazing. And all the other departments that have been mentioned here. And I think this transformation is only part of we're only seeing the beginning of it. I think we're going to see great days coming ahead, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Donna Feldman. I just want to start by saying that I think that it's a great privilege for myself and our group to be part of this community that is so dedicated to serving our community. It's really an honor and a privilege, and we're so happy to be part of this. And all of you should congratulate yourselves on all the work that's been done to move this institution and this county forward in healthcare. They wanted me to say a few things about the robot and the numbers that are involved in the robot in the past 7 months that we've had it. SAL came to us 7 months ago, was named by one of our 5th graders on Niagara Street in the elementary school. And in 7 months, at the end of this week, we'll have over 150 procedures successfully completed, which is really remarkable and not even anything that I thought we could accomplish. These patients have all been doing great. They've experienced much fewer complications, including much less blood loss, shorter hospital stays, and less pain than even if they had gone through laparoscopic, or by far more than they had open procedures. So it's really been a remarkable advantage to provide our patients in this community. The other number that I want to focus on is that we have now 12 board-certified, robotically trained surgeons serving Niagara Falls Memorial Medical Center. This is really remarkable, and as Dr. Coley said, it's really unusual for hospitals in this area, especially to have all board-certified and qualified surgeons, but especially in robotic surgery. And this is going to include general surgery like Dr. Coley, Dr. Bala, who are here doing single site as well as multi-port robotic surgery now. There are only 2 of 3 surgeons in the entire Western New York area doing this. Gynecological procedures, including gynecologic oncology, with help from the oncologists at Roswell Park and the other centers in Western New York coming and doing those procedures here. We have bariatric surgery with Dr. Pham and Dr. Bala. That's huge. They're going to be doing all their procedures here, which is great. Urology, we have 3 board-certified urologists who are performing robotic surgeries here. with also Dr. Abir Adib, who is qualified and certified in gynecology as well as pelvic floor reconstruction, who's going to be joining us, colorectal surgery as well. So we really have the abilities now to serve everyone in the community with the best surgeons available, and that's amazing. So the dedication of this operating room is not only good for us as the surgeons who are doing this, but especially for the thousands of patients that are going to benefit from this surgery. And it's a commitment of everyone in the hospital, all the staff, the board of directors, Joe Ruffalo, Shelley Meigs, everyone in the hospital that has made this possible for the entire community. And I thank you all very much.
Sure.
This is kind of a ceremonial ribbon cutting here, but how about Carmen? We're gonna let you hang on to it. Jim, Dr. Feldman, Dr. Coley.
He just went for surgery.
He's really
He's
doing
working.
it.
All right, hey, Jim. Well, I don't think, I'll remember next time when you need special scissors.
Ready?
Yeah, the red are training instruments. We have different color instrument for blue, and we have single port, which is a light color green.
So most procedures are three.
Yes.
Parts. Nothing does two.
No, it's either three, and we also have
A fourth one that we stored, and
we can also use this one too.
we use it for lymph dissection as a retractor.
You can see how close it's going to be to you, and then when you guys sit down and play,
Actually,
it's
sitting in
so
there.
much bigger because you're going to be right in the console, but really it's very, very tiny.
So
You got a 3D picture in there.
Yeah.
The doctor is not anywhere near the patient.
No, he's sitting right there.
He or she is
Right
over
where?
there.
Right where Carmen is. You have to put your head in there.
Yeah, you have to keep your forehead up to the console to be sure.
You actually have to put your head right in there. And you'll be able to hear
Us, and you can
us
talk to
here.
us. Patient as well.
Can you see one image yet?
Yeah, we're going now.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Now if you relax your hands and squeeze your fingers together, yep, you have your right hand and your left. Yeah. Any way you move your hands, the instruments will go. For surgeons, they have quite intensive training from online training. They spend a number of hours with our teams on the robot doing some training before they go to their live tissue lab. Spend a full day with the robot on live tissue. So they operate, and they come back, and they usually have a series of proctored cases with an expert. So.
I just did that.
It's a very natural movement. So one of the things it does for minimally invasive surgery, it allows you to use your normal movements called intuitive motions. If you move your hand to the right, it goes to the right. Just like this. Our tools can actually turn your hand in on corners. So you watch that.
Give it a whirl. Try it.
Let me just see if it's in focus. Use a little bit of focus. So what you can do is, I'm going to have you put your hand in first, thumb and finger on both sides like this on those little loops. Okay. Don't put any pressure on it, just follow this. Put your head in and tell me when you see one solid image, not two. You see one image?
There you go.
Now Very gently squeeze your fingers together and let them go, and you'll gain control of your right one and your left one. Now, however you move your hands, your instruments will move. Sorry, we gave you a big
Is there a little alarm that tells you if you're messing up or anything, or what?
No, they'll just know.
Dogs don't, our dogs don't need that crap. We need that, but we do it.
I'll give you some idea, frame of reference. I'm going to put my pinky finger in and show you compared to what you're doing.
Wow.
Right? So the precision in which they can operate around vital structures is pretty intense. See, you're already using the full robotic wrist on that instrument.
You
gotta drive it.
Push it, hold it down, and now move your hands together like you're in the move your view. As soon as you let go of the pedal, you control your instruments again.
Oh, okay.
So the surgeon actually has almost complete autonomy from right here. They control their camera and their instruments. They control focus. They control energy, so for cutting and sealing any types of blood vessels, all from this console.
That's something to relax so it can self-align or something. What does that mean?
Yep, so your left hand, completely relax your hand, let it go, now squeeze it. There you go. So it doesn't require any type of pressure or tension, just very slight movement.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Alright, last one.
Wow. I'd like to get one of these at home.
Hey, what are they, 1.8?
We charge half price for at-home surgery.
Yeah, price for practice. So you step over here.
So, and then, can you get more magnified? Like you can just listen. You got to really get into, you're not doing brain surgery. You really need to get just magnified.
Okay, so this is
I'm gonna head back out front, but
Okay.
you're in good hands
Okay,
here,
yeah.
so.
Then you can physically drive it in closer. You open the camera, you can zoom it in and zoom it out. And then there's also 3 levels of digital. So you can stay that far away and zoom in.
And then you get different size instruments too.
It's over 90.
Smaller.
This is actually one of our larger instruments that was in your right. Just here, show you my back. Things very, very, very fine. We do a lot of cardiac surgeries. And that's where our technology actually started. So this is the part, I think you were asking what happens at the table before the robotic operation. These are the cannula, we call them, the ports. So this is what the surgeon will put into the patient, about that far, before they actually start the surgery. So they'll come out, they'll make a little tiny incision. Just put that in.
At the surface. You're inside.
You're inside, and basically if this is your stomach wall, it goes in like that, and you operate inside. So the incision is about that big. When you pull it out, it closes up. You don't even have to close the fascia inside. You just little sutures close the skin, and
Yeah, yeah, just overnight for observation, and then they go home the next day.
So usually a one-day stay in the hospital instead of 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And how do you determine which procedures are approved for this? Like for instance, I know you remove the gallbladder, and can the doctors go in there and do anything, or does the procedure itself have to be reviewed and approved by
So initially,
someone?
initially it was reviewed and approved by the FDA. Now this platform that you touched and you work on can be used as a general application and approval from the FDA for general surgery. So they can use it for about anything they want. A lot of GI procedures, a lot of urologic procedures, cardiac procedures, thoracic procedures, so lungs. They do just about everything. We just came out with a new platform that Niagara Falls started using, the single incision platform. It's the same robot, but these are different. So it all goes through one incision of about 1 inch long in your belly button. The instruments go in and they spread out inside. So there's only one incision in your body. They'll take the gallbladder out. And that's it. So that is the only indication and approval for single incision because we just launched it, but it will add and gain additional approvals as well. So you can do almost anything with this. With the single incision platform, it's just gallbladder now. Sure, in the next 6 to 12 months, we'll be quite a few more indications, starting with GYN and other general surgery.
And then again, there's like a panel of people that would discuss the procedure, like, how can you use this on this certain type of operation, or what kind of change it before someone just goes in and tries something, right?
Yeah, so it actually starts with surgeons. So a surgeon will say, let's say you have a GYN surgeon who says, you know what, I'm going to use the single incision for a very specific thing that I think would be great for. The file is called IRB, which is just approval that they're doing something off-label for us. So it's not approved by us. They're doing it to explore the benefits. And they work with the FDA on collecting data and seeing the efficacy and safety of that procedure. As enough of them do, we gather the data, we submit for general approval, so anybody can sit down and just use it for that procedure. So it actually starts with the surgeons, and they pave the way to approvals for that.
Can they suture internally? Can they actually suture?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's another practice here.
It's actually what it's really designed to do. So it gives you a precise dissection, but to suture intracorporeally inside the body,